I'm back for another Fireside Chat. I am so happy to be back because this past weekend I made a trip back to my old stomping grounds, Cape Girardeau, Missouri, to kind of close out my life in Notre Dame High School and in Cape Girardeau. It was lovely. I got a little emotional there for a moment. It was lovely to be with those 40 teachers and secretaries and staff to say almost a real goodbye, but not so much goodbye, but so long, because I'm not going to see you now every day again. And now while I was there, the soccer games were going on here. The schedule did not permit me to be in two places at once, although sometimes I'm pretty good at being in two places at once. But I got to tell you, I had such great news because they were sending me the footage, and our boys and our girls won the state championship. That's never happened to me, that the boys and the girls the same season. So that was a big splash for our school, for our hardworking coaches, for the teams, for the fans, everything. It made the weekend, what I love to say, picture perfect. Well, I arrived back here on Long Island on Veterans Day. You know, Veterans Day is very special for our country because it's the day we get to honor those men and women whose sole purpose in life is to sacrifice for us, for the freedom in our country, for our democracy, for everything we believe in. Veterans Day is very, very special because we stop everything we're doing and we honor those people. You know, one of those special people is one of our graduates. Her name is Commander Diane Gardner. She is commanding forces in Afghanistan. And you know what I found out recently? Every Friday, she gathers those forces together and they watch Fireside Chats. Can you believe it? We've made it to Afghanistan. She tells us through Denise Creighton, our alumni director, that the people sit and watch to see what's going on here in South Huntington, Long Island, what we're doing here at St. Anthony's. So our school's image, our school's mission is being spread throughout the world. But Commander Gardner is doing something very special. On December 8th, at the hospital there on base in Kandahar, the hospital there, she is going to fly the American flag in honor of all of the St. Anthony alumni who are veterans. And then we're going to get that flag back, and we will fly that flag here. So I want to tell you one more time. It's going to be flown at the Kandahar Hospital in Afghanistan in memory and in honor of the St. Anthony alumni who are veterans, who are sacrificing their life for you and for me. And that segues to what we're going to do now. I'm going to disrupt the play practice because the play is based on the section called Front. It's the play called Front. It's about the Jewish women's perspective of what was going on in England during the Blitz. It's very moving, and I want you to meet our director, Mr. Cordino, and I want you to meet some of the cast and crew so they can tell you what they're doing. I've heard over the last few weeks how educational this play is because it tells us what went on, what these people sacrificed, and what men and women who were in the armed forces, men and women who were just civilians, who were dragged into this conflict, what they did so that freedom can ring forever. You know, we owe so much to our veterans. We owe so much to our country. And while we all don't agree with every single thing we say and do, we agree on one thing: freedom. Freedom is the most important virtue that we have here as Americans, that we can be free to speak our mind, to profess our faith, and to love our country. So come with me now and help me disrupt that play, but we're going to learn so much. I just want to say, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us all the time. Come with me now as I go to make some more craziness here at St. Anthony's.
He's supposed to be singing. It's a long way to Tipperary. He's this tall.
You can hear them practicing and making the final preparations. So just stay with me. We're going to make a big surprise here. I'm probably going to be in trouble.
It's a bleeding miracle. We haven't been on vacation in 4 years, Drew.
Could you just stop what you're doing? Could you just stop what you're doing? I'm here with the cast up front, and we're going to be asking them some questions. I have completely disrupted their rehearsal, but I really don't care. It's because it's so important for us to find out about them. Mr. Cordina, could you come here? This is our director, Mr. Lou Cordina. I'm going to ask him a few questions. He's going to tell all of us some information. Can you tell us about the play? Because, you know, it's not exactly your well-known thing, and I love that about it.
The show Front is a drama that takes place in World War II, focuses on the female perspective of the London bombings and the survival during the Blitzkrieg on the home front.
And you know, with this past week being Veterans Day, this is the perfect play to be doing. Mr. Cordina, could there be some cast members I could talk to?
You can speak to any cast member that you would like.
Would a few of you come down here?
Sure. Why don't a few of you from each side come on down? You may get a whole bunch now.
Why don't you all come behind me?
They're actors, so they love attention.
Yes, we do.
Come behind me.
Brother, do you recognize me?
Oh my God. My goodness. Well, as you can see, almost the entire cast is now behind me. So I think I want to ask a few of them just to come forward and tell us about their character and what has been so special about portraying that character. So let's call on you.
Okay.
Well, tell them who you're supposed to be.
In the show?
In the show.
My name is JC Smuts. I'm an ARP controller, which means I regulate the bombs and the bombings and what happens. And I say a lot of really stupid stuff, and I'm very funny.
So, what have you learned by doing all this?
I've learned a lot about the history. I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know what ARP controllers was, and my grandmother was in the London Blitz and was one of these people. So it was really inspiring to learn how much they had to deal with, and these people were just volunteers. They were thrown into the scene of a bombing and were given so much responsibility with so little time and training.
None of this is rehearsed. She's just speaking from her heart, and that's what the beautiful thing about this. Thank you, sweetheart. Could you come here?
Yes, of course, brother. Hello.
Tell them who you are in the play.
So in the play, my name is Joan Justice, and I am the best friend of Mrs. Judy Gently, and together we take on the war and what it's like to be working in factories, and though we have differing opinions, in the end, we work it out. So, yes, that's how it is.
Beautiful thing. Thank you very much. I think I need a gentleman.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, well.
Tell them who you are.
So in the play, my name is Frank Gently, husband to Miss Judas Gently over here. And where are my lovely children over there? We have Tom Gently, and most likely in the back, there we go, Angie Gently. And in the play, I go off to war to actually fight in the war, but sadly, I don't want to spoil, but let's say some not so nice stuff happens. And through this whole thing, I always heard of my grandfather's perspective of how he was a bomber during the war, but I never actually got to get the civilian side of things. And through this character, I get to live what this character actually went through, what the family goes through, and just the ins and outs during it and how much they were actually affected during the time.
Amazing. Now, one more person. Could you come and tell us who you are?
I play Mr. Mann in the show. I'm supposed to be a British government official along with, there she is, with Miss Smuts over here. Yeah, we're like the comic relief of the show. And my first scene, actually, I come out and see that my house is destroyed in a raid in the bombings that the Germans would do. And I learned that the Germans would bomb London every single night, even though the British side was specifically told to not bomb any civilian targets in Germany. Like, they kept their honor. Even, the Germans had the audacity to go and target civilians, and I lose my wife and my house, and I just completely break down.
You know, I can feel the emotion in everyone here saying this. Is there any people from back, like I love the audience participation, and I love our cast. Is there like a backstage person that I could talk to?
So if we can make room here, ladies and gentlemen, that entire table back there, okay, is your lights and sound crew who run the show. These guys right here in front of us are your stage builders and your painters who worked on the entire set.
Oh, yeah.
So
You should talk to Anthony.
And Anthony, Anthony, can you come here? So Anthony, and I'm not sure where Paige is, but Anthony and Paige actually designed our logo.
Come closer.
This one.
For the show.
It's a logo.
That was designed by Anthony and Paige, and it's used on our posters, our program, out on the marquee outside. So that was all student designed, which I think is really cool. But the show casts 19 students and actually involves well over 60 when you take on the stage crew and all the other entities. We have a full-time costumer and prop student, Talia. I'm not sure where she is. She's right here. So we took on, there's a lot of student participation here. But what a lot of people don't know is a lot of high schools rent out their lights and their sound with professionals that come in. We do have somebody monitoring them back there, but it's full student run for both lights and sound crew. Stage sets are built by students. Painting is all done by students. Moves are all done by students. I think that's what we're most proud of here.
Very impressive. Have you enjoyed doing all this?
Oh, I love it.
I can tell.
Thank you.
And you could say that again louder.
I couldn't imagine not doing it.
Not beautiful. And see, and don't get offended now, actors and actresses, but you're always getting the accolades on stage, but you're the background. It's like, a lot of people have said to me, brother, you're so wonderful as the principal. I would be nothing without the faculty and the students. It's all of you that make me look good. It's you that make them look good. And you need to know that. This has been a wonderful visit. Now, I would encourage all of you to come out and see this because before I was a principal, I was a history teacher, and I loved teaching about the horrors of war because, as Americans, we really don't experience the horror of our homes being destroyed by war, etc. The only time we really experienced that was September 11th. And I remember that as a younger brother, that day as though it were yesterday. But the people during World War II, especially in Europe, they felt that every hour, as you were saying, what happened in England. And it's just such a wonderful opportunity for all of us. And I thank you, Mr. Cordino, for bringing this play to action for all of us. So thank you. You have made my fireside chat easy. I just got to walk around and sneak. Now I got to do something. I'm going to go right near the stage. Would you help me?
Yes.
Because I tend to be a ham. And, maybe in your spring production, I might be able to have a cameo or something like that. One never knows what I would like to do. I tend to be a ham. So thank you, everyone. Cast, crew, directors, what an honor. What an honor to be able to come to this. And I will be here. Now, Thursday I'm going to be late because I have to do a Father's Guild thing, but I will be here for part of it. But Friday and Saturday I will be here. I will come backstage at the end to tell you what I think and how much I've enjoyed it already. So God bless you.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, I'm now going to leave you so you can have rehearsal. I am sorry that I've disrupted you tremendously.
You sure you don't want to wear the
Thank you,
sweater,
brother.
David?
The wig and the hat.
You sure you don't want to wear the hat?
You're good. God bless.
Bye.
Bye. God bless you all. I'll see you every night.
Oh, that's awesome.
See you.
Hi, sir. How you doing? Chris
are you?
Murphy.
Hello, Chris
This is my
Murphy.
squad here. These are the guys who do all the
Beautiful.
lighting and the sound. in the
Beautiful.
back.
Lighting and sound. Can I sneak in
Please,
here?
please, please.
This is beautiful. Stay right there. How beautiful. This is wonderful. Look at all the, it's amazing. And you know what you're doing.
For the most part.
Beautiful. This is wonderful. I'm so impressed. Because, you know, most places, as Mr. Gordino said, rent this out. But you're doing this, and this might become part of your future. It's excellent. Thank you for letting me disrupt you. Thank you. No, thank you. I didn't do anything. You're doing everything. I just get to come and take all the credit. I love this. God bless you. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Chris.
Nice to
God
meet you.
bless. Nice to meet you. Well, that was wonderful. Could you believe what they're doing? You know, you could hear in their voices, especially the actors and actresses, you could hear in their voices twinges of little sadness that what went on. You know, the horrors of war, what went on. It really touched me, especially listening to them. You could hear the twinges in their voices, the sadness. Well, I'm going back to my office because I do want to tell you a few more things, okay? I don't know about you. I'm back in my office because I had to kind of dry my tears from what those students were saying, from the people who were in the cast, from the people who are behind the scenes. Did you see their enthusiasm? Did you see their openness and honesty? Well, you can see a lot more of that if you come November 14, 15, and 16. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come on down here to St. Anthony's High School and see the production that has already touched my heart. Until we meet again, I love doing Friarside Chats. I love being with all of you. And those people who are watching us in Afghanistan, thank you for giving up your homes and families to protect us. I don't know what greater honor there can be. God bless everybody. God bless you all. Have a great week. See you real soon.